What's going on, guys? I'm out here exercising today, and I wanted to make a quick video. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, actually, and I kept thinking, man, COVID's going to end in a month. Another month or two, it's going to be over. Don't worry about that mess. And well, here we are a year and a half later. We're still in the middle of it, right, guys? So I'm out here exercising. I've got a weighted vest on, and there's some hills up ahead, so if I start breathing heavy, don't call 911. I'll be all right. But I might get a little winded, to say the least. But anyway, so I get asked, or been getting asked, what should I be doing right now due to COVID? What should I be focused on in my business? And the question, it's kind of a loaded question, because again, like I said, I thought this stuff was going to be over by now, but I've been in business, the last couple of decades, and I thought I'd seen it all. And I can tell you that if anything the last year's taught me is that you haven't seen it all. The shenanigans are in full force. There's a bunch of craziness going on in the world today, and one of my neighbors, and it's not getting any easier, right? I mean, even when this started, if you'd have told me we needed to show papers to go watch a football game, or to go to our favorite venue, or go sit at a restaurant, I'd have told you were crazy, right? If you'd have told me the government was going to shut down the entire economy for small businesses, but yet allow large businesses to stay open, there's no way that's legal. Not going to happen. But we're seeing it. We've seen it, and we're going to keep seeing crazy stuff going on. Now we're talking about forced vaccinations for certain size organizations, or you don't get to keep your job. It's already hard to find people as it is, right? So I promise I'm not going to go too much on a rant. I'm trying not to bitch too much, but I can't make any promises. So short version, here comes that hill I was telling you about. What should you be doing? Well, if it was me, we have supply chain issues right now. That's the biggest thing you should be focused on, is what can I do? And this is going to be different for every industry or what type of business you're in, but what can I do for my business? Well, if you already have supply chain issues, inventory issues, what I would look at is get rid of your slow movers. If money's tight because business is slow and you have supply chain issues anyway, start looking at what SKUs, what products, what services move the best, and cut all the others out. You're already seeing this in large businesses. You go into some of these stores, those slow moving flavors, those slow moving products, they're just not on the shelves, right? We're not going to type precious inventory money or precious shelf space for a slow mover when we can't even get our products as it is. So that's the first thing I would do. Now, a lot of people say, well, should I stock a lot of stuff because we have supply chain issues? No, if you go out and you load up on 6 months worth of inventory, you can create all sorts of new supply issues. If I went out and started panic buying, we would have some issues in the market. So you don't want to do that. And the other reason why you don't want to do that is, let's just say, for instance, the government decides to come in and, you buy 6 months worth of inventory, 3 months worth of inventory, and the government does some crazy mandate. Don't put it past them. Don't think that it won't happen, but let's just say they do that. And now you can't open, or you can't distribute your products in the same way. Well, what are you going to do now? You got all this product in inventory, you can't move, right? So I wouldn't get crazy with hoarding product, but I would say the on-time system that we used to use, hey buddy, it's a dog, that we used to use doesn't work anymore, right? So you need to, maybe instead of carrying 1 week's worth of inventory, maybe carry 2, right? If you had 1 month's worth of supply at any time, maybe move it to 2. That's all I can think. I wouldn't get crazy though, but I would start stockpiling a few things. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to pause the video for a second. One of my neighbors was driving by on a four-wheeler. So that's what I'd be focused on right now, is inventory management, inventory control. That's the first thing. Second thing I'd be focusing on is what is the next maybe? What's the what if? You need to start thinking about scenarios that can happen that can affect your business. Like, what if we go back into lockdowns? What if we go into these quarantine camps like Australia's doing? You just gotta have to start thinking about these crazy things. What if you got to go 100% contactless and your credit card processing system shuts down, or they restrict you because they don't like what you sell, right? And that's been happening. I'm hearing from a variety of different businesses that big entities, I won't name any names, are locking their credit accounts, so they can't take credit cards. Well, if you're predominantly online, you're kind of screwed, right? Until you get a new merchant account opened up if you can. So, because they all speak to one another. So you need to start thinking of all the what if scenarios and planning on what's my plan B, what's my plan C if you're already on plan B. So start thinking about that stuff. And if you've read my book, Be Small, Fight Big, you already know what I'm about to say. Don't think outside the box. Just create a whole new box. Right? Forget all about what let's zoom out and think outside the box. No, you might need to create a whole new box for whatever it is that you're going to be doing or you think you're going to be doing. I've heard of a coffee shop recently that this was in the height of the lockdowns, obviously. They could only do drive-through, and they were struggling with their gifts and the other things that they had inside their store that they sold. So what they started doing is making gift baskets for dogs or pets of any kind, and they were selling those through the drive-through window with like little gift baskets for pets, because most of the people they realized that drove through in the middle of the day had their dog with them, right? So you got to start thinking not just outside the box. Create a whole new box if that's what you have to do. You need to start thinking about ways to distribute your products, or maybe even new products that you've never thought about before. So that's the second thing that I would most certainly do. And the third thing is I would start looking for hidden money in my business. And what I mean by that is, what's your strategies for upsells, downsells, cross sells? Take a look at your P&L statement. What things can you cut? What things do you need? We already kind of talked about inventory and restricting or using only the high, I wouldn't say profitability, but the high volume SKUs, like which ones move the quickest, which ones can I get in and out of here, maybe if you have a product that expires, which ones have the longest shelf life, those kind of things. Start thinking outside the box. That's really all I got, guys. If you want to learn a little more about how to find money that's hidden in your business, and of course the proprietary profit acceleration software that I use, you can go to explosivesmallbusinessgrowth.com/demo. I'll put that in the link below. That might actually be the wrong address. Or if you want to get some training, you can go to explosivesmallbusinessgrowth.com it's explosivesmallbusinessgrowth.us for that one for sure, /wrong. There's about an hour-long training. It's the best hour you'll spend in your business, I promise you. It's totally free, no strings attached. You can also get my book, Explosive Small Business Growth, at either of those websites, the .com or the .us. Download it for free, no strings, no you got to pay shipping. You just download it. It's an ebook, and it's very, very easy to read. You can read it in probably like an hour, and it is my distilled best of business practices for any type of business. A lot of them you've already heard of, but I promise you, you're not doing them, and you should be. And it's from everything from upsells, cross sells, joint ventures. It's going to teach you all that great stuff. So definitely go check that out. It's totally free. Download it. And if you have any questions or comments, or just want to know, hey, pick my brain a little bit, Ben, what can I do? I'm in a bind, I'm in a pinch. DM me or comment below. I always try to respond as best I can. Appreciate you guys, and hope you learned at least one thing today that'll help take you to the next level.